I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kelly, and we are back, y'all, with another video. And you know, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys, because we get into a lot of things here. We get into some true crime stories, politics, culture, news, all of the good stuff that you want to hear, and you're going to need to hear this today. And if you're not new and you're returning, thank you for being a friend. As always, I appreciate you guys so much. And you might, if you've seen some or a lot of my videos recently, think, you know, Kelly, like, what's going on? Why are you talking so much about the trans population of America? And you know, it might seem like, you know, that I have been spending more time on this than normal. Well, there's a reason, and if you haven't been paying close attention to the news and what's going on in the world, then you might be you know, confused. But let me provide some further context to you guys today that will help clear up any of the confusion that you might have, or any of the feelings that, you know, you might be tired of hearing about this. You might be tired of, you know, seeing things, or you might be tired of, you know, negativity and just say like, oh, why can't we just all get along? Well, I'm going to show you why we can't just all get along, and I'm going to provide some stone cold facts and proof as to why now is the time that we have to fight back against this craziness and these people that would like to get us to change our society, would like to get us to change our language, and but all because they want to change who they are. So it's really a sad state of affairs, and with everything going on in our country in this day and age, guys, where we are literally on the verge of utter collapse. And if you know, you know. Obviously, like, we have the whole thing going on with Trump, not to mention what is going on globally. You know, we have all kinds of issues, and we are being attacked from every single angle. And the goal is to end this country as we know it. The goal is to utterly destabilize us, and it's happening. So we're going to get into it today, guys. We're not going to talk about all the other stuff. Today, we're only going to be focusing on this one subject, because it is very important that we fix what is happening as locally as possible. And so we have to talk about what's going on in America. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into Riley Gaines, and we're going to actually talk about what happened at Sfsu. You know, that's the most important and the biggest story.
I just tell the truth.
Oh no. Yay. Listen, Ye wants a piece of this action too. So we're going to talk about that, but then we're also going to get into another TPUSA event that was, you know, mobbed and utterly disrespected at Albany State. And then we're going to get into a story about a would-be transgender school shooter that was luckily thwarted. So prepare yourself, okay? So without further ado, guys, let me go ahead and pull all of this up. We're going to start with, I first want to show you guys an article from a local newspaper, a local, you know, I don't know what it is. They write articles and columns and things of that nature. They're a local disgrace, if you ask me. Out of San Francisco, guys. So I just want to show y'all. We're not even going to read the article, but when I was searching for different things to pull up and searching for the videos of this event at Sfsu, I came across this article here, and I want to show you guys this before we get into all of the other stuff. So just so you could see what, this is like a little peek into the other side. This is like when the curtain starts to slip. This is what you get. Okay, so this woman, Riley Gaines, who was literally attacked at this university only for speaking truths. Biological truths. This is what the local San Francisco magazine or whatever had to say. This is their headline. Anti-Leah Thomas activist whisked away by police amid protest at San Francisco State. Now, there are so many things wrong with that article and that headline that I don't even really know where to begin, and I don't even want to give it any more time. But I just wanted to show you guys the bias, because instead of naming what really happened and naming this woman by name and saying what happened to her, they call her an anti-Leah Thomas activist. So they're going to name the man who swam against her. And if you guys don't know, Riley Gaines is the swimmer who swam against Leah Thomas at Penn State and tied with Leah Thomas, but they decided to glorify and uphold Leah Mann Thomas instead of this biological woman, this actual woman who shouldn't even have to have been competing against Leah, whose real name is William Thomas, in the first place. So she, ever since that happened to her, and in her NCAA title and her glory was taken away from her, she's been speaking out against this, because it's not okay for men to be competing against women. And all she's doing is speaking on her experience, her lived experience, as these leftists would call it. That's all she's doing. And she's being utterly vilified by the media and by people who think that it's not okay for her to say what it is that she went through and to be against it. If you don't go with their narrative, if you do not agree with what they have to say, no matter how harmful it is, no matter how detrimental it is, no matter how untruthful it is, then you are a bad person and you're an anti-Leah Thomas activist. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys be the judge. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna make sure that we show all of these people, all these disgusting mob members, all of these thugs who attacked not only Riley Gaines, but all of the people who were putting on this event for her to go up at this campus and speak. And this is just one of them. So I want to make sure we are getting all of their faces out there so people can easily be recognized. And, this is what they wanted. They wanted the glory, and they thought they were doing something right. They thought they were doing something that was like, I don't know. They thought they were on the right side of history. Well, I got news for you. Let's start with this little bitch right here. Excuse language. She was outside of the school and approached, I guess this was like a booth or a table that they had set up to promote the event with Riley Gaines. And she approached these TPUSA members who are promoting this. And let's just hear what she had to say, okay?
Why are you sexualizing yourself? That's misogynistic. Why are you doing this for the male gaze? Or are you a fucking lesbian and you want me to have a crush on you?
Okay.
What?
I want to give the opportunities to women to real women, all right?
Hey, get out of here.
Oh, wow.
Get out of here.
Come on, y'all. That ain't cool.
That was my chick.
You don't gotta agree with that.
Why are you sexualizing yourself? That's misogynistic.
Okay, so she really thought she was doing something there. She poured her little drink all over their table, all over their iPad, and then stopped and posed for pictures with her friends and thought she was just the coolest girl in school, okay? These people are living in a false reality of their own making. I do not know for the life of me how we got this far. It's actually, and I kind of went over this in my last, it actually is kind of scary. The label that they try to put on people who simply disagree that men cannot turn into women and women can't turn into men. That label, transphobe, it's starting to become more and more real, because it's like, yes, I am scared of you, but I'm not going to back down to you. That's the only difference. You might scare me just because how psychotic you are and how, you act in a way that shows me you have no control over your emotional faculties or your your state of mind. You're literally all over the place. So yeah, that is scary, but it's not going to cause anybody to back down to you people. Very much the opposite. Very much the opposite. You guys, these people are galvanizing people all across the country that never even had a problem with this, never even had an issue with the trans people. People, I'm not even talking about conservatives, I'm talking about regular liberals, people in the middle, people that don't even get political. People who might even been okay with trans people, who might even been activists, or not activists, but like advocates, like allies or whatever, if you will. Those people are starting to turn now. This is what y'all have done, these insane people. So let's get into the actual video, guys, that is the most disturbing, one of the most disturbing videos that I have seen in a very, very long time. Okay, and I'm not putting on, I'm not trying to exaggerate, I'm not trying to make this into something that it's not. I'll let you guys decide for yourself, and y'all let me know in the comments down below. But just forewarning. Okay, just a little context before I let this go on any further, and I'm going to start from the beginning. Riley Gaines was speaking to some students on the campus, and this was her having to be escorted out of the room by police. And these people are chasing her through the hallways. And we're going to get into like some of the footage that happened before this and some that happened after this. But this was the most eye-opening and disturbing video out of all of them, in my opinion. So I want to get into this first, and then we'll kind of like, give you guys the full, the full scenario of what it was that was happening. So let's start from the beginning, and I'm going to let it play all the way through, and then I will jump back on here for some commentary.
Trans rights are human rights! Trans rights are human rights! Yeah, you fucking trans fucking bitch! I fucking see it! Trans rights are human rights!
I'm good, you got me, I'm good.
Trans rights are human rights!
I'm coming, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Go ahead.
Like a communist.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Trans women are women! Trans women! Trans women are 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 women!
I just want to say that George Orwell right now, he would have blushed to witness this. This is the, like I said, guys, probably, and every single time I watch it, it disturbs me just as much as it did the very first time, because it's like, how are we supposed to live with these people? How are we supposed to exist in a culture where people that disagree with you on an issue like this will treat you, mob up like this, get together in a collective, screaming, violent mob, and come after a single individual girl and literally treat people like this? I mean, we disagree with them on a fundamental scientific biological level. You would never see this. I mean, maybe one day, once people are pushed past a point, but I don't know. Like I said, I disavow every piece of violence, and most importantly, this violence here. done by the leftist mob that is chasing around Riley Gaines. And I mean, it's just, what has happened to these individuals? What has gotten into their minds that causes them to act this way? That causes this sort of reaction? And it's just, I mean, I don't even know what to say, really. Like, to a certain degree, I'm left speechless by these people. And it's like, I really hope that, like, one day I get the opportunity. I hope I get the opportunity to trigger them the way that Riley Gaines has triggered them. Because if you just get a reaction like this, simply from saying it's not okay for men to swim in the same pool as women, competing against them when they're obviously stronger, faster, more physically fit in every single sense of the word. And that's not okay, because women should still be able to have their sports. Then you're a transphobic bitch, as that one black, bald woman, whatever the fuck she is, he, she, they, I don't even care. Whatever that person's gender is, I want to use the correct one because I want to offend them. And, I mean, it's just insane. I want to actually go back to her, delusion screeching in the face, or at the face of Riley Gaines. No empathy whatsoever for this woman who is by herself, trying to intimidate her, trying to scare her. And you see that she has been chased down a hallway. She has been assaulted by a man, who apparently, I guess, was in a dress. I don't know who it was that assaulted her physically, but, like, she is being intimidated on a level that I have never seen people do before. I mean, this is, like, very, very disturbing. When have you ever seen people treated like this in society? That did nothing. Riley Gaines is an innocent woman. She is heroic and brave and truly, truly inspiring. But let's just watch this again, guys. Look at these psychopaths. I mean, just that there's something wrong with them. I mean, look at, I want to make sure we're getting this one right here. This one right here. Look at this. Look at the derangement. And these are the same people that are crying about Donald Trump. These are the same people. And it's just like, what has gotten into y'all? Truly. If something like this affects you on this level, I've never been this angry about a political issue. You guys know, like, I care. I get angry sometimes. But this is insane. These people need to be locked up. And I'm talking about, like, first arrested because they obviously assaulted this woman. And we're going to show you guys another video where basically, like, kidnapped her and wouldn't let her leave the campus, which is against law. But first they need to be locked in jail. Then they need to be locked in mental institutions because they are utterly mentally disturbed. So this crazy bitch was screeching. She was the one that you could, like, hear at the very beginning calling her a transphobic bitch. And she was the loudest voice. Obviously, shocker there, right? Black woman being the loudest voice. And no racial there. I'm just literally saying, But she was one of the most disgusting displays of a human being that I have ever seen.
Crying! You fucking crying, bitch! Fuck you!
Taunting that woman for crying.
Fuck you!
Megyn Kelly pointed this out. They're all ugly too. It's like, what is going on?
Trans rights are human rights!
Just want to make sure you guys, do you recognize any of them? Do y'all recognize these people?
Bye, bitch!
You're dressed like a communist.
And then this one wants to say, you look like a communist. You look like, bitch, you look at your face. Wait, let me see if I can rewind it a little bit here. Look at your face. Look at your face. Girl. Look at your face. Not you look like a communist, okay?
Communist. Fuck you!
are utterly sick in the head, okay? So, Riley Gaines whisked to safety after being assaulted at San Francisco event. So she posted on her on her Twitter first, and this is basically the same exact video that we just watched, but it's from her perspective. So I want to move on to some other tweets. This was from the Golden Gate Express. San Francisco State students wait outside to enter as they are only allowing people in as others leave at 7:24 p.m. So inside, chants can be heard in the room where Riley Gaines is speaking, and protests within the room are stomping their feet along to the protesters outside. Okay guys, so let's get into this video. This is a piece of Riley's speech that she gave, which you can not really hear that well. It's more demonstrating the craziness of these protesters who were literally waiting outside of this classroom for her, waiting to attack her. So this was right before that video that we just watched. So let's get into this.
But there's one more piece I want to touch on. I know I mentioned I got nominated for NCAA Woman of the Year. And so they had a big convention where you go, they honor you, they name their Woman of the Year. And so I went to this convention. It was in January, it was in San Antonio. And so I go to the convention, obviously not in support because...
Look at these. Look at these fucking idiots. Okay, just... Instead of giving the woman a chance to speak and like just listening to her, you know, what she has to say, her words, and like maybe having a little bit of empathy or like sympathy for her and what she had to go through, you're gonna sit your ass in this classroom with your two janky ass signs, may I add, extra janky. What is this, loose leaf paper that you wrote this on? What is happening? Are you too poor to get a fucking cardboard regular sign? Like what is this? And they're going to sit up here and not even give her the time of day or have any sort of feeling towards her, and the fact that she doesn't, you know, hold the same views as you maybe, but she still went through something as a woman. Have you no humanity whatsoever? Because I can still empathize with a trans person and understand that they are still human beings, and I would never mistreat somebody who has the, you know, the mental disorder that is transgenderism or gender dysphoria or whatever the fudge you want to call it. I mean, I would never mistreat them in real life. I still have sympathy towards these people, but I will not be made to conform or completely upend this society or my life to fit their delusions. That's it. That's all. And I definitely won't go for them incorporating children into their sick ideals or trying to change the minds and hearts of these kids, okay? That is one thing that I will mistreat you over, okay? I don't care. I don't care. If you want to take it there, we can take it there. But up and until you do that, we'll be fine. But these people, no. They will mistreat you. They will attack you, and they will sit in a room and try to intimidate you, try to make you feel like you are less than a woman, less than a person, and like you are beneath them because you don't hold their same ideas.
The award was immediately meaningless.
Disgusting. Socialism sucks. Yeah, well, you guys are looking at it, okay? So most of the people it would seem in this room aren't even there for Riley. They're there to harass her, which is sad. It's very sad. So the event concluded, this is another tweet, at 8:36, and attendees are being let out and students are picking up their posters from the hallway.
Rights are human rights!
Trans are black people. Look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her. Wow. Are y'all okay? Are y'all literally okay? Okay, wow. And so at that point, they file into the classroom to go harass her inside the classroom. This is when she had to be literally escorted out by police. So this is where, this is the guy that we just watched, pretty much. Different people. trans women are not women. Trans women are sick individuals who have a mental disease, and it causes them to do things like chop off their wieners and get breast implants and take hormones and become medical patients for the rest of their lives. That's what trans women are, which is not even, a term that I use or respect. But, I mean, do these people not real? Like, when you're in this group mentality, this group think, okay, and you're in a herd of rabid sheep, okay, literally, this is what I like to call these people. They're sheep, and this is obviously, a bunch of sheep that have, like, rabies because they are deranged. Does it not ever occur to anybody, like, hey, we're kind of acting a little crazy, aren't we? Like, this seems a little excessive. Does that not occur to anybody? Because now there's all this backlash. I mean, this has gone utterly viral. Like, I've been seeing this posted and reposted all over Twitter. And I'm glad, because this needs to get a lot of attention. This is disgusting behavior. This is beyond disgusting. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. And they're doing this to this woman because, I've seen protests for, like, Matt Walsh and even, like, Ben Shapiro, whatever, Michael Knowles, all kinds of other people who go to speak at these campuses. And I've seen deranged, psychopathic students, even the students at the school that we went over last time with the judge who came to have a talk, and they acted like complete and utter childish little, psychos who didn't get their way. But with a woman and a young, beautiful young woman like Riley Gaines, it seems like the energy is a little bit more electric. It's a little bit more just combative and violent. Why is that, do y'all think? And I'm not, y'all know me. If anything, I'm a little bit sexist when it comes to that sort of thing. But I can acknowledge that there's a difference when women speak out and the vitriol that is had towards women and the type of reception that men get when they speak out. It's totally different, and you can tell from this video here. So let's just go on, because I could talk about this all day, but I don't want to make this too long. Let's hear what SFPD's announcement to the protesters gathered in front of the room where Riley Gaines was. And I think they said she was barricaded in that room for like 3 hours while these lunatics had nothing better to do than shout at her from outside of the room. Yeah, I haven't watched this, so this might piss me off, but let's see what they had to say.
They got the megaphone, y'all. Hold on.
Like, the fact that they're still out there, get a life. Get a life. Hello?
And you abuse people?
In the name of the people of the state of California to disperse. And disperse down to your side.
They already followed your rules.
He just said that he can fuck.
Which may inflict significant pain or result in serious injury.
Yeah, they're gonna hurt you, bitches. What y'all deserve. Y'all deserve every bit of it. I wish he would have pepper sprayed every single last one of you in the face and beat y'all with baton. I'm sorry, never mind. I disavow. That was a dream that I had. That was literally just a nightmare, okay? This whole situation is a nightmare. But they are like gasping now. The police, y'all are gonna do violence on us? What? After y'all just mobbed down a young woman. Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourselves. I do not understand the disconnect. Y'all just got done literally doing mob violence against one young lady. And the police got here to try to just get her out. Just be able to, like, let her leave the premises. And y'all are in shock and dismay that the cops are saying, if y'all don't leave and listen to our orders, then y'all, we're going to forcibly remove y'all. Y'all are shocked now? Y'all are shooketh? Okay, fuck you guys.
Mr. Where you at?
Regardless of their purpose, you will be in
Chris
violation
can't do
of
shit.
Of course she's still there.
Additionally, you may be charged in violation of the California Penal
Yeah,
Code
good. Charge them all.
406, 407.
For what?
For what? For what?
This is what y'all do, y'all lie. This is what y'all lie.
These people are sick, y'all. I mean, I don't see how we're gonna do it. I do not see how we can continue sharing the same country with these people. Okay, so Riley was finally able to leave campus at 11:38. Her speech ended at 8:30. There she is, leaving surrounded by police officers. I'm surprised Baldy isn't still there, okay? So, yeah, guys, what do y'all think about all of this foolishness? It's just so disgusting. Let's take a look at some of these videos, okay? Outside the door, a violent racist mob chanted threats against me. Open the door. We want Riley, they screamed. Which is utterly disturbing, okay? This was inside the classroom right after her speech. Four. Look at this. Oh my God.
I'm pressed.
So this is basically what we just saw, but I just wanted to show y'all the situation in the classroom. Now, let's get to this. After the cops came with their little megaphone, and I guess that didn't work, or this might have been before. I don't know. This is around the exact same time. This was the situation outside of the classroom that Riley Gaines was being held hostage in, okay? This is what the terrorists, the thugs, had to say in regards to their demands that they were making to the authority figures in order to let Riley Gaines leave that classroom, okay? Innocent young girl, okay? Completely innocent NCAA swimmer who had to swim against a man and have her title taken from her by a man. And all she does now is speak out against that and say that that was unfair. This is what they were saying about Riley Gaines and her being held in that room.
And what we're hoping to do is to keep things peaceful and
make her lose her flight.
And move.
Make her lose her flight.
Okay? Tell her to pay us. Tell her to pay us, and then she could go. $10 each.
Tell her to pay us.
Because she probably got paid for this shit, so we could get paid for it too.
On the public campus that we attend.
So what's the end goal here? We're cooperating, so what's next?
So they need to do their job and get her out of there.
Oh, they're cooperating? Is this what you call that? Y'all are cooperating?
We created a path. It's here.
I can't speak to all of you when we're over talking to each other. We're not going to agree.
Don't let her hold.
Then no, you don't have to use. There's a difference. So what we want to do is maintain what we're doing right now.
Oh, really?
And as the speaker insists, we can continue our conversations. And what we're hoping to do.
Nobody wants to talk to you people. Nobody wants to talk to you people.
Move forward, okay? Tell her to pay us. Tell her to pay us, and then she could go.
Tell her to pay us. You know what? I'll pay you in gum, you fucking freaks. Because I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know why y'all are even still there. A whole 3-ass hours. Don't y'all have studying to do? You're wasting our time here. You're wasting your own time. You're wasting your parents' money. I mean, what, literally what? Literally what is happening? So, let me know what y'all think about that story, guys. That's going to be the last video for the Riley Gaines event. I mean, it's just, this, I have so much to say, but then again, I'm truly at a loss for words because I cannot disavow this situation enough and try to express that I just don't know how we're going to go on from here. I really don't. And I hope that one day people will come to their senses, but there's no backing down from this situation. For people that disagree with this sort of rhetoric, this sort of violence against people, this sort of just disgusting display of disagreements, there's no backing down from this point. You have pinned people up against a wall, okay? Mission accomplished. And Buck Angel, let me see if I can pull up his tweet real quick. Let me see if I can, because he, or really she, for being, okay, so people like this who, and Blair White is another one, who actually just want to live their lives as people, you know, that they're obviously transsexuals who, you know, have mental issues. They acknowledge that, they acknowledge their biological sex, and they just want to be perceived in society as the opposite sex of what they are, which, whatever, that's between them and their families and their God, you know. I have no issue with these people. I would treat them totally normal in society. And I've met transsexuals in real life. Like, I have no issues with anybody as long as you don't have issues with me. And these are the people that I really feel the most, you know, not even the most sorry for, because it's really the kids that need to be protected from this. But these are amongst the most, you know, empathetic group I feel like that there is, because they weren't part of the problem. Like, they were just living their lives. They are going to be harmed irrevocably from this, because there's no going back. There's no going back. So it's like their existence, their own, you know, fight for whatever sort of, you know, like acceptance that they had going on is pretty much over. So let me just see what the tweet was that he said. Let's see. Trans rights do not mean beating up women because you want to be one. You activists have set back actual trans rights hundreds of years. We were doing great until you decided to appropriate. Well said, and I agree 100%. And it is sad. I feel bad for him, or, you know, obviously he's a woman, a biological woman, but I have no issue if you're like this person and like Blair White, who actually make the full effort to change their appearance to look like whatever it is they want to be presented as in public, but you will still acknowledge what you are truly, then whatever. I really don't have an issue with you whatsoever. And I respect these people, you know, I do. I don't agree with, you know, their decision, but it's not my life. It's not my body. It's not my choice. So there it is. Okay, so let's get into the next one, guys. This was another, look at this, disgusting people. Megyn Kelly said it best. She was like, well, she was like just being, I think she was just trying to be funny, because people have been saying this for a long time. It's the ugly people that are always at these protests. I forgot who was the original person that said it, but it's like, you only see these ugly, disgusting, fat women or ugly soy boys at these transgender or like abortion protests. It's so true. So true. So, anti-Christian students, activists, destroy Bible, shut down conservative event at state-funded New York college. Utterly, I mean, this is blasphemy. This is disgusting. This is anti-Christian. This is totally unacceptable. And people do not speak out about anti-Christian hate because it's accepted in this country for some odd reason, even though Christians are amongst some of the most hated people on the planet. And people just don't want to talk about that or acknowledge that, but it's so true. But tearing up a Bible, I mean, isn't that illegal? Isn't that like a hate crime? Is that not a hate crime? Like, hello? Can I, like, hello? Is it hate? Like, it's a hate crime, right? What's going on? So we're just going to get into this video. I'm not going to get in too far into this story because I wanted to mainly just talk about Riley Gaines. But this was at an event in Albany, University of Albany. Ian Hayworth, which I didn't even know who this was, tried to go and give a talk on free speech, okay? And this is what transpired from the likes of the same sorts of activists we just saw harassing, assaulting, and acting like lunatics at Riley Gaines' event. Why do y'all waste y'all's time? Like, it's insane to me. Oh my god. Okay. Here's another one. Trans rights are human rights. 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 Human rights. Trans rights are human rights. Okay. Let's go over here. Yeah, recognize these people? Anybody recognize anybody? Yeah, let's get them out there, because they actually went on to try to make demands of their own to their own university to try to get videos and pictures of them removed. But no, we're gonna show their face. Damn, you need to not worry about free speech and worry about getting yourself together into a gym, or possibly getting some mental health evaluation. I don't even know what you need, man, but it's Jesus. It's not, protesting free speech. Oh my God. So fucking crazy. So, of course, the event here was derailed. These people, I mean, I don't even know. They were eating their pizza, okay? Just like, what? So, Ian said here, the most socialist thing I've ever seen is a bunch of deranged students screaming, "No cops, no KKK, no TPUSA," at a Jewish immigrant, while also happily shoving down free pizza down their throats paid for by TPUSA. Sure, they're Nazis, but who doesn't love a free slice? This is them eating their pizza. Look at this. They commandeered these people with pizza. Isn't this theft? So I've seen already a hate crime, a theft. What is happening? The police are so feckless on these campuses. The administrations are so completely, utterly useless. It is truly amazing to see, guys. So, let's get into now the last story about this would-be school shooter. Okay, William Whitworth, 19, arrested for allegedly planning mass shooting at former Colorado middle school. Okay, and we're not going to talk about this whole thing again. I'm just going to rush through the story. I just wanted to show it because it goes back to what we're talking about here, which is that these people are out of control. I don't know when we rose to this point that we did. I don't know when it got to this level of insanity, but here we are. We found ourselves here very quickly, and now we're at a point of no return. So again, like I said in my last video, if you don't speak out and take a side, if you don't really truly make your voice be heard against this, then you are going to wake up one day and find yourself living in a hellhole that you don't recognize. The White House has already come out against the people who speak out against this shit and give sympathy to the transgendered psychopaths. Are literally, they are completely ratcheting up this level of violence and rhetoric by giving support to those people instead of disavowing all of this craziness. They are speaking out for trans kids and saying that they're under attack. I don't see any trannies being attacked. I see people who are just trying to have discourse, who are Christians, being attacked, being murdered in some cases. Let's not forget the Nashville school shooter who targeted 6 Christians. I mean, it's just like, it's insane. And if you don't see what's going on here and you don't say something now and start to really, really get yourself involved in what it is that's happening. You don't have to go out and speak like Riley Gaines is speaking. Just by simply speaking to your friends, saying something when the topic comes up, disagreeing openly with people who want you to, call them by a different gender. Don't let them change your speech. I mean, then you are beyond help and you are part of the problem. And you are just a sad person, because you're going to let these people come and take over and just utterly strong arm their way into authoritarianism and tyranny. For what? So they can trans your kid? Then yeah, you can't be helped. So this psychopath, which I thought this was a woman transitioning into a man. Apparently this is a guy. I don't know. I don't even know if anyone knows at this point. We're also damn confused by all these crazy people who want to just go every which way but right. It's like, whatever. I mean, but apparently this is what the New York Post is saying, that this is a man who wants to be a woman. The police were called to this man's house by his sister, who was calling him Lily and was calling him a girl. Okay, so Whitworth was originally paid a visit by deputies when the suspect's sister called authorities to alert them that he was lashing out and made school shooting references. So apparently this person had a manifesto. The planned school shooter was allegedly in the works for a month or two. Whitworth told sheriff's investigators, and he was about a third of the way from doing it. Really? So, like, how much planning does it take? I mean, you're a pussy with no balls, and you are a piece of shit who just really doesn't know what it is that you want. You're so doped up from hormones and, cutting your dick off, maybe. I don't even know if you did or not. Probably not. You're probably a coward who can't even transition themselves either. But it's like, I mean, like, I'm sorry, I'm getting real vicious right now. I don't even mean to, like, stoop to these levels, but it's like, it really pisses me off. And this person was planning a school shooting and was planning to shoot up churches and other Christian places like that. So no, I don't have any sympathy towards this little thing. I don't even know what it is. Okay. Part of the alleged plan was also included listing firearms and how to 3D print them and writing out a manifesto. It reportedly had names of mass shooters and political commentators, had a list of people to be killed, and the middle school was her main target. Prairie Hill Elementary and Pine Creek High School were also potential targets, all part of the Academy School District 20. So those people are probably saying their prayers tonight. Whitworth was only at was only at 3 District 20 schools, including Prairie Hills and Timberview, for about 9 months combined. Yeah, no surprise there. She is facing 2 counts of first-degree criminal attempt to commit murder, criminal mischief, menacing, and interference with educational institutions, the 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office said. Bond was set at $75,000 with the hearing set for May 5th. Before he was taken into custody, deputies found Whitworth in bed and drunk, surrounded by trash and several holes in the bedroom. Well, no shocker there. Authorities additionally found instructions on how to build bombs inside of his room. No firearms were found in the suspect's home. Well, I hope y'all looked really good, because how frightening. I mean, Jesus, take the wheel. Truly disturbing situation there. So, last thing I want to show y'all, guys, if y'all want to speak out, and actually, get involved in some way. Obviously, I'm going to show you guys just one way you can do it. This is one thing that I did. You can call, Sfsu, and this is what I did earlier today. I'm going to give y'all the number. 415-338-1111 is the phone number, and they will eventually divert you to the office of, or the Department of, like, Communication and Marketing, and that's where you can speak to somebody. And if they don't answer in that department, which they didn't. I spoke to, like, somebody who was answering the main line. You can email them, which is what I did after calling, at marcomm@sfsu.edu, and let them know how you feel, guys. We need to be asking questions. Are these students going to be expelled from this school for their treatment of Riley Gaines? Are they going to disavow the violence that their students did on that campus? Are they going to continue to allow these psychos to run rampant and to allow them to run that institution like little tyrants? Or are they going to grow a pair and begin to take back control over their university and act like the adults that they claim to be? So if y'all want to do something, that's just a little bit of action that you can take, and I would suggest, if you are have any sort of feelings towards this and are against this, then I would suggest to do it. So let me know, what do y'all think? Please leave me a comment down below on all of the craziness that we saw. Go and follow Riley on Twitter or wherever it is that she posts content. She is a beautiful young lady, truly brave and amazing, and is speaking out for a great cause. And so yeah, let me know, guys. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel and all that. Go follow me on Twitter too. I just showed you on my Twitter. Okay, that was a free promo, so go follow me on Twitter. Okay, until next time, I will see you guys later, and bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.